Imagine a secret team of codebreakers working in silence, their every move shrouded in secrecy, while the fate of the entire world hangs precariously in the balance. This isn't a scene from a spy movie. It's the real story of the brilliant minds who fought a hidden war, a war of numbers and intellect. During the darkest days of World War II, a genius mathematician named Alan Turing and his remarkable team at Bletchley Park embarked on a mission that seemed utterly impossible. Their task: to crack the German Enigma code, a cipher so complex it was believed to be unbreakable. Their success would not only change the course of the war, but would also unknowingly lay the very foundation for the digital world we live in today. This is the story of the quiet heroes who saved millions of lives with the power of their minds. Let's set the stage. It's the late 1930s, and tensions are rising across Europe. The German military has a secret weapon, but it's not a tank or a plane. It's a machine called Enigma. Looking like a souped-up typewriter, this device was an electromechanical marvel of encryption. Every single day, it could scramble messages into one of over 159 quintillion possible combinations. That's 159 followed by 18 zeros. To put that into perspective, if you had 10,000 people checking one setting every second, it would take them longer than the age of the universe to try them all. For the Allies, intercepting German communications was easy, but understanding them was like trying to read an alien language. Every intercepted message was just a jumble of letters, a wall of pure gibberish. The Enigma was the key to Germany's military strategy, coordinating U-boat attacks in the Atlantic, directing troop movements, and planning air raids. Breaking it wasn't just an intelligence goal, it was a matter of survival. The Allies were fighting blind, and the cost was measured in ships sunk, cities bombed, and lives lost. The greatest minds in Britain were summoned to a secret location, Bletchley Park, with a singular, daunting mission: do the impossible. Enter Alan Turing, a man who was as eccentric as he was brilliant, often seen cycling to work in a gas mask to combat his hay fever, or chaining his coffee mug to a radiator to prevent it from being stolen. Turing was not your typical war hero, but beneath his quirky exterior was a mind of unparalleled genius. He wasn't just a mathematician. He was a visionary who could see patterns where others saw only chaos. Turing understood that you couldn't fight a machine with human brains alone. You had to fight a machine with a better machine. He theorized that even within the Enigma's seemingly random chaos, there were hidden patterns, logical flaws born from human error and mechanical repetition. For example, a letter could never be encrypted as itself. He also gambled on the predictability of human communication. That messages would often contain routine phrases like Heil Hitler or standardized weather reports. These small certainties, which the codebreakers called cribs, were the cracks in the Enigma's armor. Turing's genius was in realizing that these tiny weaknesses could be exploited on a massive scale. Based on this insight, Turing and his colleague Gordon Welchman designed the bomb. This wasn't a weapon of destruction, but a weapon of computation. Standing over 6 feet tall and weighing a ton, the bomb was an electromechanical beast, a whirring, clicking cathedral of wires and rotors. It was, in essence, an early, special-purpose computer. Its job was to simulate the workings of dozens of Enigma machines at once, racing through thousands of potential key settings at incredible speed. When the bomb found a combination that didn't result in a logical contradiction, based on the crib, it would stop. This didn't give the codebreakers the final answer, but it narrowed down the quintillions of possibilities to just a handful. From there, the human codebreakers could step in and finish the job. The moment the bomb stopped on a potential setting was a moment of pure electricity. At Bletchley Park, it was the breakthrough they had been desperately fighting for. Suddenly, the unbreakable was breaking day after day. The impact of their work was immediate and profound, though it remained one of the most closely guarded secrets of the war. With the ability to read German high command messages, the Allies gained an almost clairvoyant advantage. They could anticipate U-boat movements, protecting vital supply convoys crossing the Atlantic. This Battle of the Atlantic was a lifeline for Britain, and cracking Enigma turned the tide decisively. Allied commanders could prepare for German offensives, counterplan military strategies, and direct their forces with unprecedented precision. The information gleaned from Enigma, codenamed Ultra, was so valuable that the Allies sometimes had to let attacks happen to avoid revealing that they had broken the code. Historians now widely agree that the work at Bletchley Park shortened the war by at least 2 years, possibly more. Think about that. 2 years of global conflict erased. That translates to millions of lives, soldiers and civilians saved. These men and women weren't on the front lines, but their intellectual victory was one of the most significant of the entire war. But the story doesn't end in 1945. The concepts Turing developed to build the bomb were revolutionary. His 1936 paper on computable numbers had already laid out the theoretical foundation for a universal machine, a single machine, that could be programmed to perform any computable task. This is the fundamental concept behind every smartphone, laptop, and digital device we use today. The bomb was a physical manifestation of these ideas, a crucial step from theory to reality. After the war, Turing continued his pioneering work, designing some of the world's first true general-purpose computers, like the automatic computing engine ACE. He planted the seeds that would blossom into the digital revolution. The methods of logical deduction, algorithmic processing, and information theory developed at Bletchley Park became the bedrock of computer science and artificial intelligence. Every time you send an email, search the web, or use an app, you are touching the legacy of Alan Turing and his team. They didn't just win a war, they invented the future. Can you imagine for a moment what our world would be like without computers, without the internet, without the instant global communication we take for granted, without Alan Turing's vision and the secret work at Bletchley Park? That might very well have been our reality. Their silent victory echoes through every part of our modern lives. The story of Alan Turing is a powerful reminder that some of the greatest contributions to humanity are made in the quietest of places, by heroes whose names we may never know. If you were fascinated by this glimpse into history's hidden figures, please hit that subscribe button and join us for more untold stories that have shaped our world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.